In a peaceful village surrounded by rolling hills, there lived a young man named Hiro. Though he had a good life, Hiro was troubled. His mind was always racing, replaying past mistakes and worrying about future uncertainties. Sleep eluded him, and his days were filled with unease. The villagers sympathized with him, but could offer no solutions. One day, Hiro heard whispers of a Zen master who lived atop a distant mountain. The master was said to possess wisdom that could calm even the most turbulent minds. Encouraged by the hope of finding peace, Hiro decided to undertake the long and arduous journey to seek the master's guidance. The trek was challenging. Hiro climbed steep paths and crossed rivers, all the while battling the doubts in his mind. What if this doesn't work? He wondered. What if I'm beyond help? But the thought of living a peaceful life spurred him onward. Finally, after days of travel, Hiro reached the mountain peak. There, in a tranquil courtyard surrounded by a lush garden, the Zen master sat in silent meditation. The master's stillness was captivating. It seemed as if he was one with the world around him. Summoning his courage, Hiro approached and bowed deeply. "Master," he began, "I have come a long way seeking your wisdom. My mind is restless. It churns with thoughts that never cease. Please, teach me how to find peace." The master opened his eyes, his gaze calm and penetrating. With a faint smile, he said, "You wish to empty your mind? Very well. Follow me." The master led Hiro to a courtyard where a large stone basin, filled to the brim with water, stood next to a small, empty bowl. Picking up a ladle, the master demonstrated by scooping water from the basin and pouring it into the smaller bowl. Then, he handed the ladle to Hiro. "Your task," the master said, "is to empty the basin into the bowl without spilling a single drop." Hiro was taken aback. How could such a simple task teach him anything? Nonetheless, he nodded and began his work. Carefully, he dipped the ladle into the basin, scooped water, and poured it into the bowl. He repeated the process over and over, but despite his efforts, the basin remained full. As the minutes turned to hours, Hiro's frustration grew. His hands trembled, and his movements became erratic. Water began to spill with each attempt. His mind, already restless, now brimmed with self-doubt and annoyance. Finally, he put down the ladle, his shoulders slumping in defeat. The master, who had been observing silently, walked over and placed a hand on Hiro's shoulder. "Hiro," he said gently, "you are so focused on emptying the basin that you have forgotten the most important step, to empty your mind first." Hiro looked at him, bewildered. "But master, how do I empty my mind?" The master's smile widened. "Let go of your frustration and worries. Focus only on the act of scooping water. Be fully present in this moment. When your mind is clear, the task will no longer seem impossible." Taking a deep breath, Hiro decided to follow the master's advice. He closed his eyes for a moment, letting go of his anger and doubt. When he opened them, he approached the basin with a renewed sense of calm. Slowly and deliberately, he scooped the water, savoring the gentle sound of the ladle and the cool sensation of the water. He became engrossed in the rhythm of his movements. As Hiro continued, something extraordinary happened. The task, which had seemed insurmountable, began to feel effortless. The basin's water flowed smoothly into the bowl, and Hiro found himself at peace for the first time in years. When he poured the final drop, Hiro turned to the master, his eyes brimming with gratitude. "Master," he said, "I understand now. When I let go of my struggles and became present, the task became simple." The master nodded. "Peace is not something you achieve by force, Hiro. It is what remains when you release your attachments and live fully in the moment. When you empty your mind, the universe flows through you, and clarity follows. From that day on, Hiro carried the master's wisdom in his heart. Back in the village, he no longer dwelled on the past or fretted about the future. Instead, he embraced the present moment, finding peace in even the simplest of tasks. And so, Hiro's restless mind became calm, his life forever transformed by the lesson of the Zen master.